proud of is that in the over $1 million price market, Sotheby's here in Santa Fe has 59%, so almost 60% of all sales in the over $1 million range are from
We're a part of.
yeah, from
I think in September, well, I know that in September, the volume that we did was more than all three of the other competing brokerages combined.
in that $1 million above. Yes, yeah, exactly. And then our average sale price at Sotheby's was $785 during the third quarter, and the closest brokerage to us was like $550, $557. So, again, a 50% increase in the average selling price that Sotheby's commands. So we're very, very proud of that. And then lastly, what I always like to look is average days on market, and in the $1 million to $2 million range, the average days on market went down to 17%, and in the $750 to $1 million range, it went down 20%. So the average days on markets go down. The listing inventory is just dropping, as we all need more inventory, brokers and buyers. And the $750 to $1 million range, the inventory was down 40%. So that's kind of what we're dealing with in this market. And yeah, and we do have some ideas on how to deal with this.
Can I talk a little bit about how I think our marketplaces were reflecting the national landscape?
Sure.
You know how I like to make up my own terms, Ricky, right? So I've always called Santa Fe a flea destination. People are fleeing hurricanes and wildfires and mudslides, you name it. And so historically, we've seen people leaving those places. And what we see going on nationally, that is, again, the same thing is being replicated here, is back in the old days for the gold rush, they were called boom towns. I mean, people would go to the town and, mine for gold. Now, thanks to coronavirus, we don't have boom towns anymore, but we have Zoom towns. And Zoom towns, it's a shifting dynamic that, people are now working from home. Companies are asking people to work from home.
Right.
It's no longer like, please, 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 can I work from home?
Yeah.
No, companies are demanding that of their employees. So their employees are sitting there and saying, why am I paying the high taxes in New York or California? Right. They're fleeing the more densely populated areas and the urban congestion, and people want to get closer to nature. And I think, and just less congestion and kind of more peace of mind and peace and quiet. And I think that that's what's driving all of the activity in Santa Fe, is because we, for the size of town we are, we've got, we do have nature, but we have the cultural amenities of a world-class city with the art scene, the restaurant scene, galleries, museums. So I think that's what's really driving things for us in Santa Fe, and we can share personally what we've been experiencing the last couple months. But so Santa Fe is a Zoom town.
Right. I love that term. You got the best terms. I don't know where you come up with this. Maybe it's your kids. And, we've had a lot of exposure from national publications too this year, where we've been named one of the top cities to move to. Given the dynamics of this market, it's really more important than ever. And this is not self-serving. It doesn't mean to be self-serving for us, but it's really more important than ever that buyers and sellers engage with an experienced, seasoned, technologically updated broker. Because it's just really challenging out there. If you're a seller, you need to know how to take advantage of this market without going too high and losing the dynamics of the market. We also, Cathy, have spent a lot of time. You remember earlier this year, I mentioned in one of our Zoom conversations, I said there might be a silver lining in all this. This was as we were beginning to learn about some of the technology and virtual open houses and showings. And this, I think, was like back in April, I was mentioning that. And I think you or somebody said, oh, you're just an eternal optimist. But now as you look back, I mean, look at what we're doing now compared to what we were doing a year ago. I mean, it's phenomenal. And, I think it's been incumbent upon brokers to try to pick up their game, step up their game, and you and I did a virtual open house earlier today, where people from all over the country were logged in as if they were there. We just did a listing presentation Friday. We did a listing presentation Friday to someone in back east Massachusetts, I believe, and an hour and a half on Zoom as if we were right there. And we were showing them all the comps, we were showing them all the videos that we do, and I think that the silver lining is proven out. I think the brokerage community in general has really, really risen to the occasion.
I'd agree. I mean, you definitely need to work with a broker who is adaptable and can, change with the times, because like I said, it's different now than it was even a month or 2 months ago. And just kind of, over the last few weeks, between Ricky and I, we've had multiple homes go under contract. We've got multiple new listings, and some of the dynamics as far as being adaptable and working with a broker that you can trust and needs to be in this market, needs to be very transparent, a very good communicator, and react, because time is not on your side right now as a buyer. You've got to make decisions. I mean, just on Saturday alone, I put 2 properties under contract. One was sight unseen, and these are cash buyers, both transactions cash buyers, 3.5-week turnaround. One of them was, like I said, sight unseen, and we used the technology in order of FaceTime in order for her to see the house. That house received 7 offers on it in a day. Fortunately, we were the competitive bid. And then there was also another one that I went under contract. And this is all price points, but these were higher price points. There was also another one that we went under contract with, and I think this is interesting. The sellers were insisting that the buyers see the home in person, which I think was very prudent of them.
Yeah.
Because, with this kind of frenzied environment, people are putting things under contract and then saying contingent upon me flying in to see it. And then, so it goes off the market for a little bit. They come in to see it, and then they decide, didn't realize the neighbors were so close or whatever. So it takes, the contract terminates, and then they go back on the market, and people's natural inclination is to say, well, what's wrong with it?
Yeah.
So I think you've got some really interesting behaviors happening on both buyer side and seller side, that it is imperative that you're working with a broker who can best advise you in these times.
Yeah, navigate through this market. Yeah, I think as I mentioned a few minutes ago, I think it's, and again, not self-serving, but who you just need to align yourself with a very experienced broker to get through these times, if you're a buyer or a seller. Well, Cathy, anything else? We don't want to make this too long.
No, I think we kind of communicated what's going on both nationally and locally, and it's all kind of,
Right. And we are certainly available by Zoom or Skype or phone or whatever, to wherever you are. If you want to discuss your home, if you're a seller, give us a call. We are desperately in need of some listings. If you're a buyer, give us a call, and we will tell you how we navigate through these extraordinary times for buyers. Thank you, Kath.
You're welcome. Thanks, Ricky. Thanks everyone for joining us.
Thank you.